What's up SAAB fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be installing this blow-off valve and hopefully straighten out some question marks regarding this topic. Will using this blow-off valve create a check engine light? How can I do if I want to run an atmospheric blow-off valve in my Trionic 7 SAAB? Will there be any performance benefits from using this? Those questions and many more I hope to answer in this video. So to start with, this is how my engine bay looks like right now. A lot of Do 88 stuff. Usually there's a big air box here, but I have replaced that with a Do 88 replacement kit for the air filter. So I'm running an open air filter on the best spot to have the coldest air as possible. And I also got this aluminum piping here, which is great, and this is something that is necessary when installing the open blow-off valve, because the thing is, on the Trionic 7 SAABs they run a mass airflow meter or a mass airflow sensor that measures the air mass, and it works like this. When pushing the throttle and opening it, it sends a signal to the ECU that's requesting an amount of air, and the air is getting measured through here, and the equivalent amount of fuel to the air, that creates a good combustion, a perfect combustion in the engine, and that makes the engine go. So you need fuel, spark and air, and in this case the system is built on a recirculating valve, so when letting go of the throttle, the air is passed back into the system and down to the turbo again. And what we are going to do now is we are going to remove this, and instead we are going to place the atmospheric blow-off valve here. So what we need to do is replace this, or at least move the cable and install a new one here. So we measure, the key here is to measure the air after the blow-off valve. So if we would just gone with the atmospheric blow-off valve here and started the engine, the ECU would have sent a signal and requested air. The air would have been measured, and when letting go of the throttle, the engine would have thought that it was a big leak in the system, because all the air, or most of the air, would have passed out here through the atmospheric blow-off valve and not come to the engine. So the key is to measure the air after the blow-off valve, and I have done this in many other cars and it have worked perfectly. The best way, the optimum way, is of course to keep it like it is. The car is designed in this way and this is the best for the car. But if you are a little bit immature, maybe that I am sometimes, you want that nice blow-off sound. Of course you get a little sound from the open air filter, but if you want that extra, that just a little bit more, then you will need an atmospheric blow-off valve as well. So what we are going to do is remove this pipe and cut it off, then install the airmassmeter here, and we are going to remove the cable from the air mass meter. You just unplug it and then follow the cable here, and you need to cut open some of these cable holders and just follow the cable all the way back, and then there should be no problem but to reroute the cable and put it inside here, so you don't need to rewire or anything. The original wire should fit as it is. So let's get to work. So this is what you need. You need to measure out where to cut on the pipe, where this should sit. It's a regular standard mass airflow sensor, mass airflow meter. I have a few spare ones, but this one I have done this with before. So it's 2 silicone holes. It's a reduction from 3" to 2.5", but this is the 3" coupling is really squeezed on, because I think I should actually measure it for you. At least like a 82mm silicone hose that fit on this, and then a 2.5" for the pressure pipe. So I have already this prepared. So the important part here is just to follow the arrows so you get the flow in the right direction. Then I have this I have used previously on a 9.5. This is a copy of HKS SSQV. I think it's the first version of the blow-off valve, and this has a little adjusting bolt in the back screw, so this is perfect, so you can adjust the spring tension. And this works really nice and gives a nice sound. I know haters gonna hate. This is a typical like JDM car blow-off valve, but I think it sounds amazing. So this is what you need, and I'm going to install it with one of these. There are like flanges that you can weld on to the pipe, but aluminum is a little bit tricky to weld, and I don't have the gear for it, so I'm going to use this together with a silicone hose. So this is 25mm, so it's gonna fit pretty good like this. So with that out of the way, yes, one more thing. We removed this pipe that is the return pipe for the recirculating blow-off valve. So what I have done previously, I have cut an old pipe and then just put a piece of silicone hose and some clamps together with this like plug that you get when you buy some blow-off valves, so it seals perfectly. And this is the OEM connection, so it's just to put it in. So now I'm gonna cut the pipe and then we're gonna install everything back into the car, and hopefully it will sound really good. I can tell you this too, to get this clip is a pretty tricky one to get to as well, because you can't get it on with this cover on. So there are some hex screws in here that you need to unbolt and then pull this apart and just put on the clip afterwards. So no big deal, but you just gotta know it, because if you try to install it with this on, you won't be very successful. So now everything is in place. Looks quite nice. I should mention this though. This modification is for all the Trionic 7s, but I have previously done it only on the 9.5s, and there on the 9.5s there has been no issue whatsoever with space and fitting the part. Here it's super tight between the brake cylinder and the cover. It doesn't sit as it should, but it's squeezed in. But at least it sits, and it sits sturdy, and I'm able to close the hood. And I actually ran into one issue, and that was the wiring on the 9.5. It's plenty of wire to fit on this side, but on this one, I don't know if it's particularly for the convertible or something like that, but on this one it was a little bit tight. So I tried a couple of times, but I don't want to stretch the wire too much either, so I ended up splicing the cables and get them a little bit longer, so now it's plenty of space and the wire hangs loose, so it's not stretched or anything because the engine moves a little bit. So now it's up to the test to see if it works, and without any check engine lights. And I'm trying to go for a ride outside as well, but I'm not sure about the sound and how it will pick up, because it's raining outside, but at least we will give it a try. Run the car a little bit so we get a little bit of temperature. As you can see, no check engine lights yet, and the mass airflow sensor works. It requests the air that the ECU is calling for. So that's it for today. I think the mod came out super good. It sounds awesome, and this in combination with the convertible is super nice. I just can't wait until next summer and put the roof off and just go out and cruise. And during this winter we will also be doing the 3-inch downpipe, bigger injectors, the TD04 15T turbo, and aim for around 300 horsepower, which will be insane for this car. The chassis on the OG93 isn't superb. I have changed almost everything you can to make it better, and the fact that it's a convertible doesn't make it better either. So, but anyways, 300 horsepower in this car will be awesome, and the sound is just insane, and it will be even better with the 3-inch downpipe. So can't wait until next summer, but that's stuff that we will be doing this winter. So check out for those videos, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm really happy about everybody that has subscribed already, and be sure to look out for the next one. See you. Bye.